Hi Scorpio, it's Athena. Welcome back to my channel. All right, I'm getting ready to do August 2019 for the Scorpios, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, so before I start, let me see what I'm feeling for you guys. Scorpios. So I feel like you have been discontent because in the past you have noticed that and realized that the love that you were allowing into your life was more like, I don't know, how do I say it, plastic, was not real, was bringing you a sense of like divine discontent, right? So innately you knew inside of your heart and soul, which you guys are very, very psychic, that the love that you deserve, you weren't feeling from your, when you look back on your past, which a lot of us are doing right now with all the planets being in retrograde, right? A lot of the planets, okay? So you must understand that to get to the point where you realize that being deeply loved by someone gives you a reason to feel strong, right? To be strong in your own right. But loving someone in that way gives you courage. Loving someone else gives you courage to move forward so that the facade of your past loves does not reflect on the current loves and or love. Okay. All right, let's go. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For the month of August 2019. Okay, let me put the camera down so you can see how the cards come out. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please make sure that you know your natal chart and that of others, because it really does make a huge difference in your story. When you know, and when you know. All right. So, deeply loving someone gives you strength, while loving someone gives you courage. Okay. I know I've said that before. All right. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. See? Things are changing. Endings in order to start a new beginning for you. I knew this was the card. I'm serious. I did. So you have the world at your fingertips. You just now need to start a new beginning for yourself. See? There you are in the middle of the world. The world is at your fingertips. You can have, be, go wherever you want, do whatever you want, and be with that person who you want to be with, but it comes with courage and strength to be reciprocated, of course, right? We have been in this place of not feeling like we're worthy of whatever we want because you've been in a state of discontent, right? And there's been no balance. So you've had this feeling of, well, how am I going to get back my balance, my worth, my coins, right? And the world is at my fingertips, how is this going to possibly happen, right? So you've been discontent because things have been out of whack for a while, right? For a minute. And now you're like, okay, questioning why? Well, using your intuition is what the universe is asking you to do, because you already know the key to the mysteries that are going to open up this whole world for you. Under the light of the moon, right? Things are going to come into focus, I'm hearing. Things will start coming into focus where you're using your intuition and you're knowing what is the best way to go. And that's the truth. You're going to speak your truth. You're going to tell the truth. And you're going to share your deepest secrets with someone about having it all after a time of imbalance and uncertainty, be it your love life and or your work life. It could relate to like all-encompassing, because we do have the world, okay? So you can have it all, be it all, see it all, speaking your truth and your deepest inner feelings of love to someone. And what does that take? It takes a lot of courage, right? You have the strength. You have the strength. And you have the intuition. You just needed to get this really, let's get really clear. Let's get really clear about where we're headed. Where are we headed? Okay? I need to know, I'm hearing, I need to know so that that discontent can go away, right? So really speaking up and speaking about what you want, what the other person wants, so that your life can get back in balance. Really getting clear about what it is that you guys want, what you want, what they want, and what has not been moving for too long. It could be your funds, your money, you're out of balance because of it. Maybe you're at a standstill, not like knowing, but not knowing what the future holds for you. You guys are really psychic. So all you have to really do is speak up, because that's how my throat just, you need to speak the truth about where you see your life and relay this to whoever you need to relay it to. It's the Page of Swords. Again, my throat. So it's really important to speak your truth here, Scorpios. Send the message out to the universe. Truth only, clarity only. Get it very clear. Get it in writing. Even though you know, maybe you need something in writing. Maybe there's some kind of document, right? Look, maybe something needs to be in writing before you can move forward, but you're ready. It's been slow and steady. Like, this is the turtle, slow and steady wins the race, right? It's reversed because you've been discontent for so long. And you already know the answers. You have the secrets of the universe right here before you. And you have, look, you have the moon here. So this moon is going to give you, these eclipses and the full moons that we've been having are going to give you the wherewithal to speak your truth and to move forward, to end what needs to be ended, and to move forward into a new life that represents who you are, right? All right, it's all about you starting over. You're in the middle of the world right here. You can have it all. But you have to speak up for what you believe in, what you believe here. You've compromised yourself, and I'm going to tell you why. As I put these cards down, you've compromised your truth for others for too long. And that has been a distraction and deterrent in your divine discontent. That's exactly what's happened. You give of yourself and sometimes not telling like how you really, what you really want to tell people. What is the message, Scorpio, that you want to relay? It has to come from the deepest, darkest parts of your heart and soul. Or someone's doing that to you, for you, who loves you. Right? Okay, so it's been slow. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, because we have so many swords here to the right of the reading. Let me just show you, yeah? You see it. I mean, look at these swords. You have to speak the truth. Even though it's going to cause, it may cause discontent, you must speak how you're feeling and the vision that you see for your future and the future of whoever you're dealing with, right? And whatever money issues are here and looks like they're, you know, it's like the turtle taking their time. It's taking its time. It's taking its time. It could be your discontent is showing up, not using your intuition enough. So now it's time to use your intuition, speak your truth from the deepest parts of your soul. Or someone else is coming out and telling you and explaining to you and giving you the message of their deepest desires and secrets, right? So here's the reveal. Revealing and having the courage. Having the courage. What are we looking at? Well, we're looking at from childhood, 6 of Cups. Maybe in your childhood, Scorpios, you were not able to speak up about issues that really bothered you in your family life. And it's been like an ongoing cycle throughout your life. You've given so much of yourself. Look at where you came from. You had the 10 of Cups here, and then you gave so much of yourself, you got imbalanced with the 6 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords, or I'm sorry, 10 of Pentacles to the 6. So you gave so much of yourself, right, that you've left little room to maneuver your life and what you really and truly, passionately and innately, knowingly want. An ending of some sort in your life has to happen. This cycle has to stop. The pattern and the cycles have to stop of you not believing in yourself and giving so much of yourself to others. That's what this is. Look at, you see it. What is this? He's holding the scale of coins, balance. The coins are balanced on the scale, yeah? You're giving and giving and giving, and you've had all this. And by all this giving, you are here at this point of, now I have to start all over again. And I know I do this. I know that this is me. I know how I feel. I know how I work. I know how I give and give. And you don't speak up. You don't speak up to tell those who you really do want in your life that maybe this is something that has been going on for a long time. Maybe it's been said that you have been dealing with this issue all along because you've always wanted to be what? Accepted. That's why we give. That's why people that are called people pleasers, they keep giving and giving because they want to be loved. And that's why people give so much of themselves. Giving their money, giving their love, giving so much. And that's why the message is that being deeply loved by someone gives you strength. While loving someone else gives you the courage that you need to speak up and talk about from the inner depths of your soul. There are things that which you don't reveal because that's who you are. You don't want to rock the boat. You want everyone to be happy and at peace, right? And all along, you know that inside of yourself, it hasn't made you happy, and you end up back at square one. Now I'm back at square one. It's reversed. These coins are all reversed because you have given so much of what you are, your value, to others, and the others may not know how you're feeling. You haven't spoken your truth. Like, what makes Scorpios speak up? Do you finally speak up because of this happening in your world? Do you finally say, okay, enough's enough. I've given and given and given of myself, and now I don't want to do that. I want to not only give, but I also want to receive. This gives you strength. This gives you courage. So it's the balance now of loving someone that gives you strength will turn itself around, and speaking your truth and being loved by someone gives you strength, and loving someone gives you the courage. So this is about strength and courage in love. By telling your story, by sharing your feelings. Scorpios, you guys sometimes are so deep, but you don't share that depth from your soul. And by sharing that's how you give love. You give love by sharing your truth and by wanting it all. You can have it all. But what the universe is asking you to do is come to the understanding that you have the strength and courage to have it all. You do. Speak up. Speak up. Speak up and tell people how you're really feeling. And I'm not saying lash out. I'm not saying to throw daggers. No. Maybe in the past, that's what, you did. Maybe it's how you communicate with others. That could be the cusp of it all. Communicating with others and how you've dealt with your past has brought you to this place of lack. You don't feel like you're lovable because you only feel like if you're giving, that's the only way that someone's going to love you, and that's not true. So you wanted this new beginning, you want this new beginning, but you have to come to the understanding that it all starts with the change of perspective. If you change the way that you deal with others here, Scorpio, you're going to get everything and more. The world is here for you. You need to change your own ways of believing that you can be loved by not needing to give all the time. Because love is about the strength and courage of give and take. Right? There you are. And or a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. But I believe this is your energy. You have been in this energy of, I am the provider, I am ambitious, I love luxury, I have faith and passion for what I do and for how I make my money, right? How I represent myself to the world, right? And now that comes crumbling down because because you've given so much. You've given so much to others that you're left with so little for yourself. And this could be vice versa if you are dealing with a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Maybe someone just kept taking and taking so much of who you are. It's become heart-wrenching is the word I'm hearing. Look. Excuse me. We have a divine couple, masculine and feminine, very spiritual couple with holding with so much quality and faith. But the masculine has been in reverse. The feminine has been upright, wanting the passion, wanting the truth, wanting it all. Knowingly, first of all, if you are dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and you're the Scorpio, come on, or if you have this in your chart, let me tell you right now, you know what you have to do. You do. You know that you have to express what you are passionate about and what you really want in a relationship so that it comes to you, and this can write itself. Because in between this couple, look, in between this couple is a passionate new beginning. So, I'm going to say, if you're the feminine Scorpio, you have a masculine counterpart that sees everything the way you see it. However, the masculine had to change a perspective, a perception of what love means to them in order to start new, a new path, a new life. And it could be someone from your past, or it could be about children and child support. Could there be an ending? Maybe there's an ending of having to shell out all this money, right? Where you're left with, again, you're left with starting over again because you gave so much of the child support and alimony. It could be. And maybe that's what needs to end, is all the abundance that is given out to others. And it doesn't have to be money, but it shows up as coins, right? So you have been accepting love from a place of materialism, of belief that you are only valued, Scorpio, for what you have and not for who you are. And this could work vice versa. What does love mean to you, Scorpio? That's the question here. And whatever it does mean for you, this message of what your belief system is for someone that needs to hear it. Because you've been withholding your truth about how deeply loved that you have, deep love you have for someone, and the love that you want reciprocated. And rightfully so. But it doesn't require you to keep giving of yourself and depleting yourself to where you're back at square one. While others are out, you felt that you have been taken for granted, but you didn't speak up. So understand that love is a two-way street, right? It takes strength and courage to not only be loved, but also to love another. And that calls for a lot of courage to say, okay, Scorpio, you have to say, all right, the gloves are off. Love me for who I am and for what I have or what I don't have, or who I am and what I'm not, and speak your truth so that you can move forward into the light of your own destiny. Accept me for who I am, right? Do you have envy for anyone? Is anyone envious of you? And probably you had people around you that were envious of your success, right? So that called for a huge transformation from you. That called you to go inward. And you knew that if these are people that were taking from you, I mean, you gave it, it's right here. You had to give that because you believe from your childhood, it's right here. You believe that the only way forward, Scorpios, is to keep giving and giving of yourself to where, that has to end. That pattern has to end. It's a cycle, and it's been from your childhood. I'm telling you right now, look, bottom of the deck, transformation. I'm not joking. Scorpio, it's time to transform this situation that you've been dealing with all your life. Okay? Now you're going to change. Everything's going to change because you're going to relay this message of, listen, take me for who I am and leave the rest. Or, right? Maybe some of you are dealing with others and leave the rest, because that just really popped out for me. Maybe that was the issue. Speaking your truth, leaving the rest, leaving those who have taken from you, and starting, that cycle's got to stop. People using you, taking advantage of you, but it starts with you and your truth and speaking up and speaking your truth. Again, you could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and or a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Hello. Total toxic. The choices, the doors that you've opened have been toxic, Scorpio. Toxic and not good for your own semblance of self, right? To where you have to keep giving in order for what? To be loved? Well, that's silly. Yeah? So now you're going to, get back to the drawing board, right? Get back to the drawing board and start writing out your wishes, your desires, put plans into place so that you can understand what kind, put it down on paper if you have to. If you have to, put down on the paper of all the people that you have loved and all the people that you have given so much of. Exactly write it down, because when you see things on paper, they become very clear. Maybe that's what has to happen. You need to write this stuff down and say, okay, so-and-so was in my life for this amount of time, and I gave so much of this and that, and now I'm left with this. And keep this going until you look at the paper. And it will pop out at you immediately. You'll see a pattern. And what happens then when you see it? Well, if you ask the question, well, you have to heal. You have to heal from all these choices that you went to, you were in situations, Scorpio, that you allowed. You allowed the plastic and the materialism, right? The credit cards, right? Just saying plastic, but using that as a metaphor. You allowed this to become so important to you that you lost sight of what the real love is, because it's been so long. It's been a time from childhood where I really believe that this was a part of your upbringing. You weren't able to speak up and share how you felt from the bottom of your heart. And you were raised to believe, for some, you were raised to believe that whatever the love and what you offer the world is how much you make. It was all based upon, well, I'll be loved if I make X amount of dollars. I'll be loved when someone, gives me this. Or I keep pleasing and pleasing and giving and getting nothing in return with so much little left. And this happened over and over. Like I said, here's the pattern. That's the pattern. The cards don't lie. I'm just the messenger. All right, let's get clarifying cards on this, Scorp. Right. You made some decisions in your life to go certain routes, to be with certain people, and the choices and decisions that you made have really made you feel less than what your worth is. It's the people that you've grown up with, your family, your friends, the people that say to you, oh, if you do this and you can give so much to others and, don't speak up about what you want. Just kind of go with the flow. I don't want to make waves, So you have to speak up. Look, this has bound you. This has been your story for so long. So you've lost the goodness and the happiness of love and what it represents for a long time. It's literally taken from you. You've wanted a new beginning. You've tried again and again with the same, doing the same, right? Doing the same thing in different relationships with different people have caused you to be depleting who you are, devaluing who you are, and you only believing that this is all that you're worth. What you can give to others is all that you can be loved by, deeply loved, right? So you've been literally like this mummy here. It's a tower moment where you're looking back on your choices in life and the things and the people that you've come into, partnerships with. It's a 2, so it has to be partnerships with in business and or in personal life. Never really just knowing what you're doing, because you've known what you always know, Scorpio, but not voicing your truth so that others can really see what's going on. Just letting things just happen. And then they keep happening. And then you start seeing a cycle of, well, I give and give and give. And, giving deeply is part of loving someone, but you also have to believe that once you speak up about, well, wait a second, I deserve love, and it can't only be based upon, my pocketbook. It shouldn't be only based upon how much I value. What do you value, Scorpio? Where do you place love in your life? Is it all about what money you make? Is it about just giving in order to receive? So I would really recommend writing down all of the people that have exhausted you and that you have given and given and given to, and they've taken advantage of you. And now you're all bound by all this, like you can't move because you are here. You're left with no place to go. You're left with so little of yourself. So it's time to break out of these chains. Use this Tower moment as a positive. Use it as a positive to understand how you work, your inner self works, your belief from childhood about love. What does love mean to you? How much value and truth, what is your truth? What is your value about loving someone and being loved by someone? You've been discontent, hello. You're all tied up. You've really lost that lackluster in your life. You need to bring it back. You need to bring back this love, this kind of love, this innocent love, this love that doesn't ask for anything except itself. Okay, let's get more clarifying cards. Okay, and this is exactly how it's going to go down. If you write it out, if you speak your truth, and you tell others how you really feel about what the injustices that have happened, this is injustice. It's the scales are reversed. It doesn't have to say the Justice card to know that things aren't balanced. Things haven't been balanced because you give of yourself so much. Now you have to break free from this pattern that you have been so used to all your life. So break out of this, speak your truth, and start valuing yourself first and speaking what it is you see and what defines you through the name, through love. Partnerships. So not only partnership as two people together, but we have three. This is the 3 card. So we have 2 3s. Yes, we have 2 3s on the board. So the choices, look, Scorpio, the choices and decisions that you have made, the doors that have been opened for you in business and or partnerships have all led you to this. Not speaking up, just going with the flow, knowing that you're discontent, knowing that they're just, that you're, the more that you give, the tighter the bond, the binding of the cloth, of the mummified, whatever. This has to end. It has to end, and it's going to be, all it's going to take, it's not necessarily going to be easy because you guys are Scorpios. You guys feel your way through life. You don't necessarily like this, let's talk about it thing. Let's put it on the table. Let's talk about it. Well, in the past, you just kept quiet about this, the partnerships, the decisions you've made in partnerships, leading you to, you need to cut this. You need to cut yourself out of this. You need to get out of this. And by doing so, you will be successful. This has been you have been bound by yourself, by the fact that you've given so much to others, and received so little. It has drained you. It has drained you, and it needs to get cut. You need to cut yourself out, free yourself from the chains that bind you by the other people, those people in your sphere, be it business and or partnerships, both love and business, that have literally bound you by constantly believing that you're only valued by what you have tangible instead of innate love within. And it comes from your childhood. I'm telling you, it does. Somewhere along the line, it comes from your parents. Scorpio, so just break free from this. You're gonna break free from this. You have it twice. So, right? If at first you don't succeed, try again. I'm serious. Break free from this and like start putting it down and cutting out those people, those situations that only value you when you've got the coins. Are you doing it? It could work vice versa here. Are you valuing love through the eyes of just how much money one has or one makes or one is driven by? Look at yourself. Look very closely at yourself and how you feel and how you come to the table representing yourself in love and how you got all wrapped up like this. Because now you're going to break free. You're going to use these swords to break free from the chains that bind you, which will innately break free, literally break you free to make a new beginning and find the love of self. All right? The Ace of Cups is here. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for you, but you have to break free from these chains of others taking from you and you allowing it. You have to take some responsibility for it, okay? Right? Obsessively thinking, confusion, disassociation from the real situation, not sleeping, being narrow-minded. Well, that's because it's wound up tight. You need a break. You're confused, a little ego going on here, not caring, kind of feeling narrow-minded about, not understanding what really drives you in love. And that's the only way that you're going to break free from this continuous. You need to end this. You need to end those people and those situations in your life that just take from you. Family, friends, lovers. And you know what I'm talking about. And it's always been something that has driven you from childhood. That's why you're in this binding, mummified state. It's got to break. You've got to break free from this. Right? What does it say? Break free from the chains that bind. Your solar plexus is all about being aggressive, being indecisive, feeling injustice in every aspect, injustice everywhere. I give. Now you're saying it's all about others, but it's really about you, Scorpios. No one else is bound here. This is the Tower moment. This is your feeling the injustice. It's your feeling aggressive. It's you being passive and indecisive about your next move. It's all about anxiety, not sleeping at night. Why? Because you are so bound by all the beliefs of what kind of love that you've given to so many and not received in return. So now you feel like it's an injustice, right? But no one made you do this. You did this on your own. I'm not beating you up about it. I'm just trying to enlighten you so that you can break free from this continuous cycle and understand the intro. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone gives you courage. Okay, Scorpio. So, all right. So this is about what you value as love. How have you gotten to this point where you need to break free from this right now? Yeah? I just said that. All right. Yep. It's all about your foundation. It has been a long time coming. This has to break open. You need to free yourself from the chains that bind you. And you're not only given, wait a second, Scorpio, listen up. You're not given one sword, you're given two swords to do this with. So you need to free yourself from that which binds you to the point of exhaustion, the point of instability. You're feeling injustices have been done where, like I said, I had gotten cut off, but like I said, no one made you give, right? But you're somewhere along your childhood, this has been something that you have, it's part of you. You're very giving. Scorpios are very giving of themselves. But then when they give, they turn around and say, well, wait a second. They wake up one day, they're all bound like this, and they want to know what happened. So it's not a bad thing. It's causing you to really understand this discontent that's taken place, that has happened since your childhood, and break free from this cycle. Let go of this cycle, and you will see miracles happen. You must choose wisely. Okay, let me put it back down. All right, let's get a couple Ascended Masters and Archangel cards to kind of give us an overall. I'm just going to kind of put all these cards up here, okay? So that we can really clean a slate. That's exactly what Scorpio has to do. You got to clean the slate and see what defines you in love. How do you show up for love? And how are you going to change it? So that you don't feel that every time you turn around, an injustice has happened. Because this isn't the first time that you're feeling this, right? Right. All right, let's get some cards here. Faith. Well, faith will help you to heal, and faith in God will also, faith in humanity. Once again, the kindness that others give you, you will see that through the eyes of others coming in for you. Stay calm and trust the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world. Magic happens. I said, right? Once you break free with these swords, break free of this cycle of giving and not receiving, and injustices and being bound by all of that. Know that you must take responsibility for this in order to break yourself free from it, right? Breaking free from the chains that bind. And your heart is awakening to the truth and to the magic, and with the faith, awaken to accept and receive divine love. Give and receive in balance. Hello. Did we not just say? Your intro intuitively was being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone gives you courage. I love that saying. It's one of my favorites. Okay. All right. Now let's get your romance angel cards out. Wow. You may want to ask for some help with from your friends, but if you don't, and this is not just love, like I said, this love issue, this issue of cutting and breaking free, love is on every aspect, every scale, with whoever, in any situation that you have been giving of yourself and not receiving, and how you value that. How do you define love? How do you, Scorpio, define love? Once you break free from that and understand how you've dealt with this all your life, then you will break free from that and receive and give in a way that's healthy, because that's not healthy. You have the Tower moment to come in and say, it's time to release your ex and move on and heal. I just saw it when I'm shuffling. Let go of the control and let it happen. All right, let's see. Scorpio. Let your friends help you. Exactly. You may need advice from some friends who see it from a different viewpoint than you do. Of course, your finances, you had the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is about giving and giving of your resources, depleting to the point where there's hardly anything left for you. And you taking responsibility for how this has happened, like how this happens. Okay, so chemistry is definitely in a love situation. You definitely have chemistry with someone, and it's a magnetic attraction here for sure. Yeah. And this person is going to help you heal. You see the blue, and it's on the masculine. The feminine has the red of passion. The masculine has the gold and blue of spirituality and healing. And in the background, you can see that you are being, and the background, you can see the healing that you need and the peace that you will receive once you break free from all that. And you have here, the Venus is pointing the arrow for this union. I love it. See? I'm not kidding. Venus is pointing the arrow at the one that could be the one for you, that holds a lot of chemistry very soon. I love it. So once you get this whole thing figured out, come on. Once you get this whole thing figured out, Scorpio, you know, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not telling you something you don't know that you have to do. You need to cut something out in order to receive. And that's it. Your heart has awakened to that truth and knowledge so that you can manifest this magically, which will happen once you cut it out and understand it and have faith. I mean, faith is everything. Right? If you don't have faith, you are left with nothing. And that's exactly where we're at right now. The power of love and what it represents to you, Scorpio, is what is on the table here. How you give love, how you receive love, and what you believe. What you believe someone can love you for just being you. So break free from the chains that bind you. Ask help from your friends. Don't worry about, everything will fall into place once you give the universe your complete and utter faith and truth. Your world's going to change. I guarantee it. All right. Take care.